Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. Now today I brought out my Peperomia Obtusifolia Lemon Lime. Now I'm trying to see, that leaf is probably the most of the variegated lemon limes that is currently like really able to see. This one you can kind of see a bit. But unfortunately, because of his attack with thrisp, a lot of his variegation doesn't stick out as much as it used to. And sometimes that happens due to lack of light. But with him, he's in a west-facing window, like behind me here, so I'm not 100% sure why, unless it's because he's too high up in the window, because he hangs from the ceiling like right here, so maybe he might have to be put lower for the variegations to come out. But pretty much all the history and where it's native from is the same as the regular Obtusifolia. I will link in the description for my other videos for the regular Obtusifolia and the marble Obtusifolia. So then that way it'll give you like still the good idea on the lemon lime. And again, like the other two, is non-toxic to cats. Pretty much the same care as the marble compared to the Obtusifolia. I do find I have to water this guy a tiny bit more often, like the marble, than the regular. I'll pretty much water him about once a week. Very low demand on water, and that's only if on the moisture meter he reaches a level 1 to 2. But is tougher than the regular Obtusifolia. Like, for example, I had the mother plant of this guy, which was bigger than this guy, but it got attacked by thrisp, and this was all I could save of it. While this guy, even though he's a tiny bit smaller, he bounced back way quicker. And you've seen the video of my marble Obtusifolia, and that thing is just gone leaps and bounds now since well, more so now since spring came, and he's, now that I'm looking at him, he's really taking off more so this month than he was last month. But no, pretty much same, almost the same watering schedule. But out of I can't say out of all the Obtusifolias that he's the toughest or whatnot, because the only one I don't have is the Red Canyon. But amongst all my Obtusifolias, he's definitely the second strongest. My weakest one would have to be my Variegata. That one took the heaviest hit, and he was also the biggest of everybody. But he had such a hard time bouncing back. It's only now, almost a year later, where he's actually finally showing some growth and some recovery. Yeah, but no, second toughest of my Obtusifolias. The only thing is he can handle he can pretty well handle almost everything except for overwatering and not enough light. Is this guy's issue. Because I have overwatered him and I have stuck him in low light, and he wasn't as pretty as he is now. I do fertilize him, and I'll do it about once a month. And I use the Schultz all-purpose. You can use the fertilizer that's strictly for green plants. They do like that one as well. And as I said, about once a month. He seems to be quite happy with that. Everything goes well. When it comes to misting, these guys still can handle regular humidity, but because I have a wood stove, at this time of year I might mist them once a month, and that's because I'm misting everybody else around, and it's like, oh, I'll or not once a month, once a week, sorry. Once a week I'll mist him. During the winter time when the wood stove is going, I might do it twice a week because everything is drier then. Really no need to clean this guy. From what I've read, they handle everything quite well. I still do, however, mostly because I have a lot of cats. And today, so far, is one of the first days where I'm filming and nobody's bothering me yet. All 8 of them have decided to leave me alone. But again, yes, I still clean them because of all the cat hair that gets in the air. Part sun, part shade. I find with a lot of my Obtusifolias, except for the marble, he prefers south. But the regular variegata and him, they love the west facing window, and they've been doing absolutely great in him. But when it comes to the pests, Thriss, yes, because he was a little bit taller. You might notice in my other videos. So when somebody tells you, no, Obtusifolias don't get Thriss, don't listen to them, they're lying. So I didn't think they could either until like everybody started dying. But they can also be plagued with mealybugs and fungus gnats as well. Now, when it comes to ideal temperatures for these guys, between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius is best. And you can put them outside here in Cape Breton, but only between July and August. And that's mostly because their hardiness zone is a 10A or more. So that's why these guys can only handle between July and August. Now, when it comes to the best soil, now him, I think this is all purpose, and it's pretty much the same soil that I got him in. Now, I purchased him from one of the local flower shops that's no longer here, Nancy's Flower Shop. Now we have L'Atelier Brio, and I just got a string of hearts from them, and it's gorgeous. I love it. But the original pot that it was in, it was just a nursery pot, and I dropped it. It broke. So I put him in this one. Now these pots, you can find these on Amazon, and I will link in the description on where to get them. Dandy little pots. I've dropped them many times, and they don't break. And he's been in this now for a year. And today is the first day where I've noticed that he actually has roots coming up the bottom. I'm wondering if I can get in close enough to where you can kind of see. Maybe if I cover my face so then the camera will focus on him and not me. But you can kind of see there's one right there, and the other one is here. I don't know if my finger is moving it, so probably will need an up pot. I might wait a little bit longer for more roots to come out the bottom, because these guys are fairly slow growing. You can like repot them every year, but not up pot, like just more or less change the soil. And the best soils for these tongue twister. And the best soils for these guys is coco coir, the peat moss, and the sphagnum moss. I would stay away from the peat moss and sphagnum moss, mostly because they decimate these swamps and areas where they come from just to collect them. And coco coir is more it's a more sustainable source, because they get it from peeling the coconuts off, and they constantly grow, and then they compost easier and whatnot. So I would stick with the coco coir. But he is currently in all-purpose. I don't know if I have coco coir right now. I've got the tropical, and I went and made my own mixture of soil with all-purpose, perlite, and orchid bark. And some of the plants that I've put those in, like a baby spider plant, excuse me, a baby Hoya, What's the another one that I had put it in? Oh yes, in the banana plant. They really like it and they've taken off with it. But no, I'd stick more towards like the coco coir. Now, some of the most common issues with these guys is of course the pest. And I think you can still see on some of these leaves the damage that the thriss left. Like this guy here, look how mangled he is. That was from just them injecting their eggs into the leaves and eating it. Like, and even right there, that's thriss damage. Like this stem here didn't survive at all. Like one little leaf, but the whole thing just went. But another issues these guys have is a rotting base, and that's a sign of I can't talk today, I'm sorry. That is another sign of overwatering caused by root rot. Or overwatering that causes root rot. Sorry, there, that's better. When you start seeing your leaves yellow, that is a sign of overwatering or underwatering. With mine, because some of them are a little bit yellow, that was from overwatering before I realized, oh, it's thriss and it's not me neglecting them. Droopy leaves is the same thing. It can be a sign of either overwatering or underwatering. I'm not sure if these guys will do it, but I know other peperomia, they'll get black spots on them, and that's a sign of overwatering as well. But I'm not 100% sure if these guys do it, because I have overwatered him before and his leaves were turning yellow, but I didn't get black spots. So there is a chance that these guys may not do it. Or this one in particular. But yeah, no, dandy little plant. I would recommend these as definitely a first-time plant owner's plant, because they are quite tough and hardy and can take a pounding and still look pretty. Yeah. So, if you have any questions, shoot me a message. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. And perhaps shoot me a little message on why I deserve a thumbs down. And if I can fix it, I'll fix it. And if not, well, we'll just go about our way. But yeah, but if you really like the video, subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. Live long, plant on.